V Rising is an action role-playing survival game developed by Stunlock Studios and published by Level Infinite, which includes gathering materials, making and upgrading equipments, and building castle. If you're looking to have a perfect start in the game as a complete beginner, or maybe you want to start the game with a little bit of knowledge firsthand, this video is all that you will ever need to get the best out of the game. Building your castle is one of the main tasks, as your castle acts like home base for the entire game. It's where you'll keep coming back to, so picking the right spot is super important. You should want somewhere that's easy to get to but also hard for enemies to attack. Make sure it's close to resources but not too close to danger. You also want it to be easy to get to and back from, or else you could get in trouble with sunlight. Being near bandit camps is useful for gathering resources and other stuffs that you will need. Being on higher ground will help, but it also means that you won't have as much space to build. Still, if you can slow down any attackers, it will be much beneficial for your base. You can't start building your castle until you finish a certain quest in the game. This quest will teach you the basics of placing your castle and taking care of it. But there are a couple of more things to remember, like your starting base doesn't need to be too fancy, at least initially. It can be just temporary until you find a better spot. And when you plan to build your final permanent castle, make sure to plan ahead for more stuff like putting up borders and walls first, then setting up all the important machines. Once you establish your base with the castle heart, you'll gain access to various crafting stations, among which the Blood Altar stands out as a vital addition. The Blood Altar holds a significant importance in the game as it serves as a crucial guide, revealing the levels of enemy bosses and the rewards they offer. One of its primary functions is to direct you towards these bosses by serving as a roadmap. The most important part of the gameplay revolves around unlocking the Blood Altar by advancing through objectives. This achievement marks the opportunity to engage in combat with V-Blood enemies, which will be a major milestone in your progression. Each victory over a V-Blood enemy yields valuable unlocks, enhancing your overall capabilities. Securing these benefits early on is highly advantageous, as it will empower you to hunt down V-Blood enemies and unlock additional skills while steadily fortifying their castle. Also, you should also not ignore the significance of blood moons, which are events that amplify the strength of your blood types, offering substantial benefits and power boosts. Waiting for a blood moon before confronting challenging V-Blood enemies is really a great way to deal with stronger enemies, ensuring maximum advantage in battle. Defeating bosses also grants you access to new abilities and skills, further enriching your arsenal and expanding your base's capabilities. In the game, your character thrives on blood for survival. This crucial resource can be obtained by consuming the blood of enemies or by feeding on rats scurrying about the game world. However, the type and quality of blood vary depending on the creature it comes from, and understanding these distinctions is vital for maximizing your vampire's potential. So, before engaging in combat, take a moment to assess the blood type of your intended target. This information is displayed above the enemy's name and can include categories such as creature, brute, scholar, or rogue. Each blood type offers unique benefits. For example, creature blood enhances speed and provides resistance to sunlight, while brute blood grants life-stealing abilities and increased strength. You should target high-quality blood for resource gathering or focus on specific blood types to gain advantages in combat situations, which is displayed alongside the blood type, indicating the blood's quality, with higher percentages translating to greater benefits. Monitoring your blood level is also equally important. The blood level is depicted as a sphere on your screen, and maintaining it at a high level is crucial for preserving your vampire's health and strength. It's important to remember that in V Rising, scavenging is key, which means that you should collect as many items as possible, particularly in the early stages of the game. You'll need a wide variety of materials to construct your castle, create gear, and complete quests. Each type of resource serves a specific purpose, so it's important to gather as many as possible. To expedite the gathering process, there are specific tools for harvesting different types of resources. For instance, swords are best for harvesting vegetation, axes are ideal for gathering lumber, maces are most effective for mining minerals, and spears are suited for hunting creatures. Crafting is also another major aspect of the game, so you'll need a substantial amount of materials to create the best equipment and fortify your castle. To ensure the safety of your resources and to increase your storage capacity later in the game, you can always place one or more chests within your castle to securely store your resources. Although most items are straightforward to obtain, every now and then you might stumble upon rare items with very low drop rates. It's a good idea to build chests and store everything you need, as well as items that you may not need immediately. If you find yourself short on materials to craft each type of tool, prioritize crafting the tool that corresponds to the resource you need the most. Additionally, keep an eye out for units with the worker blood type, as they can increase resource yield and speed up the gathering process. As you advance through the game, you'll notice that crafting becomes increasingly time-consuming, as many of the most valuable materials must be crafted. To tackle this, it's beneficial to establish multiple crafting stations. Instead of concentrating all your resources into one station, divide them among several. For example, if you're aiming to upgrade your castle, you'll need a considerable number of planks and stone bricks. While each plank or brick may only take a few seconds to produce individually, the time can quickly accumulate. By distributing the workload among multiple stations, you can significantly reduce the overall crafting time. This strategy also applies to various crafting stations like sawmills, grinders, and smelters. By doing so, you can work on crafting multiple materials simultaneously, which will significantly speed up your progress. Also, once you have an alchemy station set up, you can create various consumable items. Some of these consumables provide substantial buffs, such as increased damage or resistance to certain elements. Investing time in crafting these consumables can greatly enhance your character's capabilities. Sunlight poses a serious threat to vampires, as it results in a rapid burst of flames and significant damage. Despite daylight being brief in the game, it transitions into night following a dynamic cycle. This change affects tasks such as blood hunts, making them notably more challenging. Hence, it's advisable to reserve daytime for building and reserve hunting activities for the cover of night. The clock on your upper right corner serves as your guide, indicating the time of day. So keep in mind to remain in the shade whenever possible, even if it means finding shelter beneath a tree. Keep in mind, though, that shade shifts with the movement of the sun, necessitating constant vigilance. To counter this, you can also consider constructing mist braziers within your base. Filled with bones, they emit a mist that effectively blocks sunlight, enabling you to work safely during the day. When venturing outdoors, always make sure to stick close to trees to capitalize on their protective cover. The map serves as more than just a navigation tool, guiding you towards every point of interest, which are highlighted in yellow on the map, such as bosses and important locations. Hovering over these areas will provide valuable information about what can be found there, including details about resources available in the vicinity. One notable feature of the map is its resource indicator, as by hovering over different areas on the map, you can easily view the types of resources available in each region. This information enables you to strategically plan your resource gathering expeditions, ensuring that you focus on areas abundant in the resources that you're lacking. In addition to aiding navigation and resource management, the map also facilitates efficient travel. Horses, for example, offer a faster mode of transportation compared to the character's default speed. You can find horses at specific locations, such as the stable in the southeast entrance of Dunley Farmlands. Acquiring a horse will allow you to traverse the world more swiftly, reducing travel time and enhancing overall gameplay efficiency. I hope these tips help you when just starting out. If you've got any tips you'd like pass along, share it with us in the comments. For everything else gaming, keep it here. I'll see you all in the next video.